Nothing lasts forever, and really, some things shouldn't. Today, the top 6 attractions at Universal that are in need of reworking, revamping, rebranding. Somebody sing it.
Rick's Top 6, party time, excellent.
Today's top 6 is going to be a little different. We're going to divide it into 2. We're going to do 3 rides or attractions at studios that should be redone, and then we'll do 3 at Islands of Adventure that should be revamped. Today's list will be in no particular order, but we're going to start with Shrek 4D. The first Shrek movie came out in 2001. A couple years later, 2003, we had the first Shrek 4D attraction that came out. So the concept, the franchise of Shrek, really not that fresh anymore, not that relevant, I don't think. And as far as the attraction itself, seems a little dated. From personal experience, I would say the 3D effects, not so hot. Definitely the on-screen needs to be improved, but if you want to improve it, you might as well rebrand it. Now, I know in Universal Hollywood, they have rebranded this away from Shrek into the Kung Fu Panda series. The Kung Fu Panda franchise, again, I would say, I don't know how relevant that is anymore. How hot is that property? But I can say first-timers do seem to enjoy the attraction. The 4D effects, the jostling, the moving of the seats, pretty fun. Everyone gets a good laugh. But for me, the technology does seem dated. I just don't know what to do with this area. In the comments below, you let me know. Would you be happy if Shrek went away? Would you be okay with it being rebranded to Kung Fu Panda? Or is there something totally different you would like to do with this space? Please let me know in the comments below. And the next item on our list in need of a major rehab, a major refurb, a total rebranding is going to be the Woody Woodpecker Kid Zone. Not gonna lie, it hurts me a little bit to say this about the Woody Woodpecker Kid Zone because I have fond memories of my own children playing here when they were little. But really, how relatable is Woody Woodpecker anymore to today's children? Probably not very much. Now, this is an area that is often mentioned as needing a total revamping. In fact, they almost put Super Nintendo World here. But when they announced the new park, that has changed, and now Super Nintendo World is going into Epic Universe. So what could be done here? Well, they already have SpongeBob here. They have the SpongeBob SquarePants store, and there is a SpongeBob meet and greet here. Why not make this whole area Bikini Bottom? I mean, it's already like the #1 water area for kids at Universal Studios, this side, not counting Islands of Adventure. But over here, this is the #1 water spot. Bikini Bottom is under the water. Why not just let's just go full on SpongeBob in this area. If you do that, you can keep the water themes, just change it up to be Bikini Bottom and everything that happens there. In fact, instead of the Kid Zone Pizza Company, what is better than Krusty Krab Pizza? Because you know what? It is the pizza for you and me. In the comments below, you guys let me know. What do you think? Should this be Bikini Bottom? I think it's a good idea, but you let me know in the comments below. The third attraction that is in need of a rebranding, or really just tear it down and build something new, is going to be Fear Factor Live. Fear Factor Live is actually a fun show to watch here. It's even more fun to participate in. I do recommend that as long as it's still up and standing and running. But doesn't it feel outdated? How long has it been since Fear Factor was on TV? And again, relevant. Now, there's always a long-standing rumor or hopes that this could be turned into the Ministry of Magic. They could extend London and extend Diagon Alley to represent the Ministry of Magic here. And that's what I'm going to suggest today. They get rid of the Fear Factor Stadium. I mean, Bill and Ted is not in here anymore anyway. Tear down the stadium, build the Ministry of Magic. But here's the type of ride they should have for the Ministry of Magic. Think of the Tower of Terror, how it goes up and down, drops you up and down. Now, the elevators in the Ministry of Magic go up and down and forward and backward. So I propose building a Tower of Terror type of attraction. In addition to dropping you down and pulling you up, it would also slingshot you forward and backwards. That's what they need to do here. Well, now that we've discussed the 3 attractions at studios that should be reimagined, revamped, rebranded, let's take a short little break, and then we'll go over to Islands of Adventure and discuss 3 attractions over there that should be reimagined. Okay guys, we are now making our way over to Islands of Adventure, and I don't know if you can tell today, but I am under the weather. I have a pretty bad cold. So I have a question. Does being in the cold make you more likely to get a cold? Like, I'm here every other day in the heat, I'm fine. 2 days in the cold, and now I'm sick. Let me know in the comments below. Am I more likely to get sick in the cold? But I digress. Back to the subject matter at hand, onto Islands of Adventure for those rides that need to be revamped or rebranded. And because I am sick and I'm starting to go downhill fast, we will speed up this half of the adventure. The 4th item on today's list is this monstrosity behind me. This amphitheater that I've never been in, I've never seen used. What is up with this? So to the left, we have Marvel Superhero Island. And then over here to the right, we have Toon Lagoon. In between this amphitheater. Now, I haven't always had universal passes. Some years I would have passes, some years I wouldn't. So I don't know if this has ever been open. Maybe it was open one year where I didn't have passes. But I think it's some type of theater in there. What could we use this for? I don't know. It might be too complicated to get some type of agreement for a Marvel, like a new Marvel thing to go in. There's all kind of contracts and legal agreements for that. Might be too difficult. Personally, I would like to see a ride. You know, I love rides. Hey, maybe some type of indoor coaster. That's what I would like to see. But you let me know, what would you like to go here? And if you've ever been here and you've been in here, what was this used for? Please let me know. And the 5th item that needs to be totally revamped or rebranded, right behind me, Toon Lagoon. Let's take a stroll through Toon Lagoon and discuss this. First of all, do young people even know what comics are anymore? Do they know what newspapers are? Heck, even I didn't know Wimpy's was Popeyes and not Blondie. I made that mistake in an earlier video. And I'm pretty sure I'm older than a lot of you out there watching. The thing is, with this area, there's often talk about this being an expansion area for Jurassic Park. Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense, but then on the other hand it doesn't, because they've already wedged Kong in between Jurassic Park and this Toon Lagoon. So that really wouldn't go. But there's often talk of this area being an expansion for Jurassic Park. This is the area that houses the major water rides though. So whatever comes in here, I would hope would keep the water attractions and just rebrand those. I don't want to lose the water attractions. I am pretty happy with the theming of Popeyes and Bluto's barges. I like that. That makes sense. Popeye is a sailor. Ripsaw Falls, that could stand to be totally redone. I'm not crazy about how they themed that one. Heck, while we're at it, in the comments below, let me know, do you still get the newspaper and do you still read comics? So you guys let me know, what do we do with this area? How do we rebrand this? And lastly for today, but if I was ranking, this would be my #1 attraction in need of rebranding, Poseidons Fury. Poseidons Fury opened in 1999, which is strange because it feels way more 90s than just 1 year. But let's start with the things I like about it. I like the team members. Every time I meet a team member, I kind of apologize for giving Poseidons Fury a hard time because the team members are great. Also great, the outside facade. It is awesome. I have to give it that. I mean, it's just totally amazing. The big feet, the big hands, the big heads, the ruins. Oh my God, it's so good, so good. First class on the outside theming. The problem for me starts when we go inside. But what I do like inside is that round tunnel of spinning water. Okay, I do like that. I do like that. But the show itself, I really do not enjoy. But that is just personal opinion, my own personal taste. Everyone can have their own opinion. And if you love Poseidon's Fury, I want to hear about that. Let me know in the comments below if you love this attraction. But what would we do with this area? How would we rebrand it? I don't know. Maybe a Zelda theming? Maybe the whole area of Lost Continent should be rethemed to Zelda. Maybe something like Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings, something like that. I don't know. You guys let me know. I can't figure this out. I just know Poseidon's Fury, desperate need of rebranding. Well, congratulations guys. You made it to the end of another video. And in fact, you did better than me. I'm kind of limping to the end on this one, you know, with my voice and my cold and everything. But now's the time for you to do all the things. Like, share, subscribe, do all those things. And as always, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Thanks for watching Rick's Flicks. And now, it's time to relax. I'd like to take a moment and thank those viewers who have visited my coffee page and bought me a cup of coffee or a butterbeer recently. The Levesque family, Dave, Chris, and Emily, Nigel and Kevin, Shandis and Kevin Scott, and James B. Sorry, James, I know I'm going to butcher that last name, so we'll just go with James B. And now it's time to thank my patrons from Patreon. First up, the executive producers, Candace McBride, Randall Rittenberry, Hank Spalding, Andrew Bundle, U.S. Storm Shelters, Joshua Rush, Brian Jenkins, the Luke family, Hannah Jo Smithhart, Catherine and Daddy Dave, Wayne Fitzpatrick, Chad and Michelle, Kayla Cox, Warren and Don Kulo, Neil Whitaker, Anita and Jim, Harry Beadle, Angelina Twazer, Sonia Tucci, Nick Hahn, and Brandon Anders. And now a thank you and a shout out to my regular Patreon producers, the Perez family, Desi, Adam Kazanecki, Armando Cavelli, John Andine, Sherry South, TJ and Shannon, Brett and Mindy West, Ben Van Litt, Andreas Martinez, the A-Team, Ali and AJ, Craig Conley, Shane Morrow, Jeffrey and Mugga, Will Antico, Cameron Alder, Nicole Bergstein, Matt Weaver, Rob Racer 66, Ash Gauthier, Ricardo Justin, Josh Grabiak, Kiss My, John Gosby, and Stephen Brodude.